The girl knew marrying the mountain god meant death, yet she still returned to the village and volunteered herself. She eagerly stepped in for the girl who refused to marry the mountain god. The reason she did this was because she knew the only way to uncover the mountain god's secret and find her sister's whereabouts was to sacrifice herself and face the danger head-on. But the village chief recognized her as the second daughter of the family. According to tradition, if a family's daughter had already married the mountain god, the second daughter was no longer eligible, especially since her sister had died because of the mountain god. Back then the girl had shouted for justice in the village, and now as the first person in the village to get into university, she still wanted to return and marry the mountain god. This made people suspicious. Turns out 10 years ago, the girl's sister was chosen as a bride, sacrificed to the legendary mountain god. Villagers believed, as long as they offered a bride every year, and let a fertile girl with white hips bear the mountain god's child, the village would receive divine protection and prosperity for generations. But after 10 years, none of the brides, including the girl's sister, got pregnant with the mountain god's child. Instead, they all died after the wedding night. Over time, everyone feared being chosen as the next bride. Only the girl stepped forward willingly, wishing to marry the mountain god. But to convince them, the girl claimed she had a serious illness, and only by being with a man full of masculine energy could she survive. She even claimed to be highly fertile, and guaranteed she could conceive the mountain god's child. After hearing this, the village chief asked the teacher to check her body. After confirmation, the chief was still hesitant, so he cast the sacred cup to ask the mountain god's will. Unexpectedly, the mountain god agreed to the substitution, and the girl was officially chosen as the bride. But that night, the village chief still had doubts. He knew that a woman who had gone to university wouldn't believe in such superstitions, so to avoid any mishaps, he sent the teacher to test her. Sure enough, the teacher found a strange box near the girl. She immediately asked her to open it, but upon seeing its contents, she accused the girl of reading indecent books. Yet the girl calmly explained everything in the box was prepared for the mountain god. Seeing her so devout, even making such careful preparations, the teacher finally believed she truly wanted to marry the god, so she helped the girl bathe in mugwort and made her ready for the wedding. The next day, the girl got on the bridal sedan under the villagers' send-off. Though it was supposed to be a joyous event, the chief ordered her to be tied to the sedan. Even the music was mournful. The girl anxiously asked the chief for an explanation. He replied that the mountain god was no ordinary being. On his wedding day he must hear celestial music to show his divine status. The girl instantly grew tense. Soon they entered the forest accompanied by the villagers. But once inside, she felt something was wrong. The forest was cold and filled with eerie energy, the mountain path long and winding. Suddenly one carrier tripped on a stone, and the girl in the sedan hit a branch. Her hand bled heavily. The village chief muttered it was bad luck to see blood on a wedding day. But the girl calmly said, this was a destined blessing of blood. She even told everyone that a fortune teller had once said, on her wedding day there would be blood, which meant she and the god were fated to be perfectly matched, and she would bear triplets. Her words comforted the village chief, but he didn't know her blood had dripped all the way down the path. Soon they reached the final riverbank. The teacher said this river marked the entrance to the mountain god's temple.